just a trial and error of a couple new people I've been trying out. Finally got around to building an Alakazam. I just want to see what he can do. Unfortunately, I have to only use half his stats, but it still gets the job done. Now, to me, a best strategy for this is quite common to what everybody else uses. I mean, kind of what everybody else uses, but I kind of do things a little differently. Because I think instead of going right off the bat and trying to set him up, my initial reaction would be to instantly switch off the weapon, the item he has, to somebody else, so I can instantly just totally wreck everything and get the other person stuck. Unfortunately for me, that has its consequences. I can get stuck like this and have a status on me. But in return, what I can do is either use him for what I need, or I could take the item I just gained from the guy that just died and just continue to trick hit off of another opponent, which, considering the fact being paralyzed, I assume would be the only option you would have for him now. And me, personally, I figured that I would put more defensive EVs on Alakazam. And a lot of people don't agree with me on that, but I think it's the best method. Because why put everything into 2 items, or 3 for that matter, like a lot of people do, and they always usually just do special attack, speed, and some HP. Me, I feel it's you get the most out of everybody if you just make them a little more defensively sound. Makes them live longer, and you get more out of them. You just gotta understand that he's gonna eventually hit hard, and usually when you do this, good things happen. See? Now I'm faster again, back to normal. I necessarily don't need to Calm Mind. Magneton's not defense, you know. It doesn't always necessarily have to be first kill, 1 hit. Not very effective still brought him less than half. Now, Thunder Wave again, but that's okay. He's got a hard stone on him. And usually, if you always have somebody else with you, and preferred method of these double battles is always have a complete opposite type with you. And always to have somebody to counteract your weakness. Alakazam's Psychic, so say if a bug type comes in, Magmortar takes care of him with ease. See, with here though, my initial reaction, I'm going to switch. I'm going to switch to somebody I've already done and created. And I have to say a lot of people disagree with my method on him. And I'll show you why in a second. Because my Lucario is a lot different than everybody else's. I base my Lucario on HP, attack, no speed whatsoever, and special defense. Special defense because 1, weak to fire, and 2, he will live a lot longer, trust me. Outspeeding everything is not always the key. Living is the key. And my Lucario's stats and his moves speak for themselves. One status, 3 attack. You gain the HP back with Drain Punch. or spear to hit these guys, and its stab, and extreme speed to completely surprise your opponent when he least expects it. Like, for instance, right now. A lot of these can always seal the deal for you, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Not very effective, but since I base more of it on attack and speed, gets the job done regardless, and I win. There will be more to come, believe me.